The incredible sets of Project Hail Mary were made possible through the combined efforts of designers, engineers, and set builders, super talented craftspeople working at the very highest level. I had the pleasure of meeting one of the specialty prop makers responsible for the complex electronics inside Hail Mary's incredible practical cockpit.
You know that subreddit where they show like really, really sweet, like awesome wiring? This would never be on that subreddit. Not to say this is bad at all. This is so overwhelming. The thing that I'm sure about here is that there's like one or two people who know everything going on. And they're really important. Holy cow. Hey everybody, Adam Savage on set of Project Hail Mary alongside Tom in your specialty props. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Tom has been responsible for a lot of what is happening here in the cockpit set. The levels of complexity, Tom, are beyond anything I've ever seen in the cockpit set.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on in this set, like a hell of a lot, especially for us. So the set is, well, you've got construction building the core, and then pretty much everything else is us.
So they built these steel frames and built out the walls, but you guys are texturing and adding in all of the detail.
Exactly, yeah. So there's layers upon layers of different elements to these.
And these are part of this like incredible, this is like his view of all the world's knowledge and also everything he could ever know about where he is.
Yeah, yeah. So this is basically, this is the central hub of the ship. You want to, do anything, you do it from the cockpit.
Yeah.
So, that's portrayed with all the different types of controls and screens and
there's tons of practical screens.
Yeah, over 150, I think.
150 practical screens, each driven with animation custom designed for the screen.
Yep.
And then you were telling me there's like maybe 1,000 boxes in there?
Yeah, so there's sort of two types. You've got this type here.
Yeah.
There's about 750 of those.
And you guys built these from scratch?
Yeah, so it's all laser cut and then sort of brought together, made into the box that you see there.
Tons of painting into laser etching?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then, okay, laser cut.
Yeah, each box then went over to the Practical Sparks to get wired up. Each one has a custom board in it with 5-channel RGB LEDs.
So you can make all of these buttons any color you want?
Any color, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's all controlled by the desk. I think there's in excess of 50 universes of DMX in this set.
I can't even conceive of that.
Yeah.
This is like what? This is 2 square feet of it, and it's an entire tube filled with this.
Yeah, the whole set's like this.
Are you absolutely sick of looking at these boxes?
Almost. Almost. Yeah.
Fellini used to say he knew he was almost done with a film when he despised it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So Greg, the DOP, was quite insistent that he wanted everything modular. He wanted to be able to shoot from any angle in this set, and as a result, everything detaches. So not only do you see this as a whole, you can literally pull walls out.
And you can pull out anything you want out of any...
so you can pull the wall out, you can pull the avionics out, that all detaches. And
does that mean, is this part of like do you have a quick release system for pulling these pieces out, or is it just lots and lots of Allen screws?
No, it's sort of bolts and the whole chunk of wall. So you can see the splits here in the set. So that whole sort of piece
so you can
of
fly
slice,
that out.
The whole bit flies out, avionics and all.
Amazing.
And then this piece would be put near camera, so we've got the light, and then you've got the big piece down there on the frame. So
right. So this is basically like a larger chunk of the same.
Yeah. So it's basically there to keep the light flow, but then allow the camera to get in and get close, so we're not losing, loads and loads of light when there's masses of set taken out, because you can take so much out. The stunts will take the roof out to do the cable rigs.
Right.
Yeah.
And everything has been made. I can see all the dials are plastic. You've molded all of them.
Yeah, so some of it was printed, then molded and cast. Some of it was original and then just molded and cast. But yeah, pretty much everything here is made.
And you've also been, I'm hearing, in charge of the welding and structure of the Habitrail.
Yeah, that's all us as well.
This is one where when I read it, I was like, I don't know how they're going to do this. And then I heard about what you guys are doing, and I was still like, I don't know how they're going to do this.
Yeah,
Talk to me about this process.
A lot of thought went into this process. So like the rest of the set, this Habitrail is modular, so we can split it and get the camera in pretty much from any angle.
Right. And that's to allow puppeteers and characters and camera and all of that to have access.
All of that, yeah. There was a hell of a process to go through in order to get to here, because you've got to make it fit, but you've also got to allow everything else to work around it. So the chair has to do a 360. So there was a few iterations of fit it, take it out, mend it, fit it again. But yeah.
And it has to be super rigid in this frame because is this set built on a shaker as well?
Yeah, so it's a tilt and shaker rig. So the whole set goes, I think, about 25 degrees and shakes quite violently.
That complexifies your work a little bit, I would imagine.
Yeah, you've got to shore everything up. You know, if you haven't used stud lock or nylox, everything shakes loose.
So now I'm curious about, like, I'm picturing you spending dozens and dozens of hours in this, slowly putting in all the boxes, getting them lit, feeling like you just live here for a while. I'm sure that happened.
Weeks, yeah.
Weeks and weeks. And then you're done with it and you get to see it all lit. It's ready and they're shooting on it. But then you have to install this in it, which is, I would guess, more weeks of living in here.
Yeah, I mean, this set's even more complex than that. So it started off upright. And then this whole engineers area was on the bottom.
Right.
So it's like, you know, a capital T. And then now they've laid it back down. So that's the different types of gravity. You've got acceleration and centrifugal. And each one has its complexity. So you've got to redress the set. So you haven't done it once, we've done it all twice.
It's almost to a point where this is so complex, it's no longer a simulacrum of the complexity of a spaceship.
Yeah, I mean, it's... You know, probably would have been easier just to make it. You know.
As an actual spaceship.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that James Cameron actually had a shipyard bid on making a full-size Titanic.
Yeah.
And he was like, my producer will never allow me to spend that money. And that turned out to be about half of what they spent doing it in CG.
Yeah.
Tom, the work is so beautiful. I'm wondering if there's stuff what you're particularly proud of in terms of problems you got to solve here.
So one of the things that I really enjoyed figuring out was the center. So right in the middle where the two chairs face the avionics.
Yeah.
Greg really wanted that to be modular so that anything can be pulled and you can get camera right in front of the face. So that whole section was broken up into 8 sections, and we can quite literally just pull out a whole section of avionics really easily.
And put the camera right in there.
Exactly that. Yeah, and that had a lot of thought going into it.
That's a lot of thought, and it's not for something that anyone's ever going to notice. At all. But it's a huge amount of problem solving for you.
Yeah,
guys.
and like this piece, everything's got to come away with it.
Right. All the drivers, all the lighting, all
everything.
That.
Yeah. Wow. So they get quite heavy, so we're having to tackle them out, chain and tackle. So yeah, it's not very quick, but it works really well.
As you're seeing dailies and seeing where cameras are able to get, that must be really exciting.
Yeah, it was really nice seeing Ryan in the chair the first time the whole set lit up, and you think, actually, this is it. This is what we've been working towards.
Did he get? I have to imagine he felt like a kid in a candy store.
Must have done, yeah. I mean, that first scene when he walks up the ladder and he comes into the cockpit and everything turns on and lights up. You know, it's great.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Tom, it's such beautiful work. Thank you so much for walking me through it.
That's all right.
Thank you so much to the production of Project Hail Mary for making us feel so welcome on your beautiful sets. Project Hail Mary is out in theaters on March 20th. You can find out more when the link's below.